Welcome, everybody, to my first episode of my podcast of School Weeks. So, this is the episode after the intro. I'm not really counting the intro as a first episode, but yeah, let's hop right into this. So, I was thinking about it with school and such, and as you can see in the description of my podcast, school is the cause of a lot of other things other than learning. There's quite a few things that school can cause. It can cause many good things, but many bad things as well, especially when it comes to drama and other things along that lines. But besides that stuff, in my school, a Magic the Gathering club was started, and that was very interesting because I've always been into Magic the Gathering and like D&D and such games like that. So I decided to check it out. It's a really cool place. It's run by my social studies teacher. It's a fun place where everyone can come, even if you're brand new, you've never played the game before, and you can just play, have fun. So I decided to bring all my cards and my dice and stuff. And I met a few people that knew the game really well, and I just started playing with them. And it got really fun. It was just a fun time. Even in math class, we had a math test where after we finished it, it was a really quick test, so it only took about 5 minutes to do. And each class period is about an hour long. So after the 5 minutes that we took that test, me and my friend Zach, we just played like 3 games of Magic just on the table, quietly, which is pretty funny. We're playing Magic completely silent, which it was a lot of fun. And it's just like the Magic is just a fun game, and I'm really glad that that opened up in my school. But along with that, there's a lot of new people, and besides the people that know how to play and that I've played with, it was quite the experience playing with people that I've never played before. One person that I played against, I thought it was hilarious. I'm going to keep their names disclosed because I don't want any names or anything like that. But I played against them, and if you don't know how Magic works, you play lands is what they're called, and those basically add to your mana pool. And with that mana pool, you can play creatures, sorcerer, like cast spells, use instants, pretty much that relies on the whole game. So each turn you can play one land, which gives you 1 mana to your pool, and then you can only use 1 mana, or you can only use that land once per turn. Anyway, so I was playing a game with this one person that was brand new, and they told me that they've been playing for a while, and I was like, alright, then I guess I'll just play with them and I'll see what's up. It did not go as I expected it to. I expected it to just go smooth game, fun, and yeah. But it turned out that this person had never played in their life. And they were just trying to pretend like they were really good at the game. And it was just funny. So this player at the beginning of the game threw down 3 lands. When you only get to put down 1 per turn. So they put down 3 lands without doing anything. And I said, okay, what are you doing? And then they were like, wait, just don't worry. And I said, okay, maybe they're just putting their cards down for a second. I don't know. But then they put down 3 creatures on the table. 3 4/4 creatures, which means 4 damage, 4 health, which is pretty good. But they put 3 of those creatures down, which usually take a lot of mana from your mana pool to play, and said that that was the end of their turn. So it was just funny to see them, and they thought that they were playing the game right, and they thought that they were fooling me into thinking that they knew everything about this game. So I decided to just go along with it, and I started playing, and I ended up after even going and just like playing normally how I usually play, I still won that game, and I thought it was just hilarious because this person didn't even know what they were doing, and I just went with it, and I played and I beat the game, and I acted like I didn't even know the difference, and it was a lot more fun than I expected it to be. They got very mad afterwards, which just made it more funny because it was more of they were just getting mad because they lost, even though they were completely cheating against all rules. But I didn't really care. I was just playing for fun. This whole Magic thing that was brought into my school, it's a really good addition to the school. It's a lot of fun, and I'm really glad they brought it in. Otherwise, more things about school. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about was science class, which is also this teacher that I have for science is also my homeroom teacher, or in the school that I go to, it's called advisory. So basically, my science teacher, one of my favorite teachers of all time. He's just an all-around cool dude. He's he's really good. I really love his teaching style because he engages everyone to the point where even the kids that goof off are paying attention, which is a really hard thing to do, and yet he does it. And he has that kind of intimidation almost that keeps a lot of kids on track. And his teaching style, I love it. He explains everything thoroughly of what we're doing and why we're doing it, and has class discussions, and then we do assignments and so on. I just like being in his class. It's a fun class to be in because I just get to hang out. He always had really good music on. I really like his music taste too. But most of the time we're just hanging out and doing our work. What I really like about his class, most of all, is he's one of my only teachers that actually had us all take a survey in that class of what we wanted to learn about in our space unit, and he kind of incorporated all of that into his learning plan, which I thought was an awesome thing to do, just because it really engaged everyone in the class and what they wanted to learn rather than just what the textbook said. But yeah, in homeroom 2 or advisory, he's a really cool teacher. He just lets us chill usually for the first half an hour of the day. He lets us chill out on our computers or whatever, just talk, play, really whatever we want, as long as we're not running around, doing all that stuff that you're not supposed to do in school. But he lets us do all that rather than other teachers, which make them do work and everything during their advisory. So I really like that. If you know who I'm talking about, or if you're listening, my science teacher, shout out to you. You're awesome. But yeah, so he's just one of my favorite teachers, and we all have a favorite teacher that we just love their teaching style and what they do. And for me, that's him. Anyway, that is the end of my first episode. I just wanted to do a quick little episode where I talked about some of my things that I just noticed in school today and what I really appreciated. So thank you all for listening to my podcast, tuning in tonight. I really appreciate it. Make sure you follow or subscribe to this channel, whatever you're watching it on or listening on. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next episode.